Have you ever found yourself overstaffed on a quiet Tuesday only to be completely slammed on a Thursday that looked, well, totally normal on paper? It happens, and the answer might not be in your gut feeling, but in the data. Today we're diving into how artificial intelligence is completely changing the game for food and beverage forecasting, turning all that unpredictability into a really powerful advantage.
Hello and welcome. I am pleased to welcome all students of Europe Hotel School to your online learning journey. As an expert in AI-driven hotel operations, my goal today is to break down how this incredible technology actually works, not just in theory, but in the real day-to-day world of hospitality. We're going to explore how AI is becoming an absolutely essential tool for managers, helping all of us make smarter, faster decisions. We look forward to supporting your professional growth in the hospitality industry. So let's get started. All right, here's our roadmap. We're going to walk through 5 key areas. First, we'll talk about why AI is really the new engine for forecasting. Then we'll peek under the hood at the machine learning that powers it all. After that, we'll see how AI analyzes what actually drives demand, how it turns all that data into decisions, and finally, and this is so important, how it partners with human expertise. Okay, so let's kick things off with the big picture. What we're seeing right now is a huge shift. A real move away from the old, traditional ways of forecasting and towards something much, much smarter and more adaptive. You know, for years, forecasting was all about looking backward. We used these fixed formulas, these static historical averages. It was predictable, sure, but it was also rigid and just so slow to adapt to anything new. The big change now is this move to dynamic, AI-driven models. These systems don't just use data, they actively learn from it. They're constantly refining their predictions as new information flows in. They are literally built for the constant change that is the hospitality industry.
So what exactly is this new engine made of? Well, at its very core is an incredibly powerful technology called machine learning. This is what gives AI its amazing predictive power.
So what is machine learning? I want you to think of it like this. You're training a computer to spot really complex, often invisible patterns in your business data. But here's the magic part. It's not a one-time prediction. These algorithms are designed to get smarter and more accurate with every single new piece of information they get. And what fuels this whole learning process? Data. Lots and lots of data. We're talking about connecting the dots between your internal data, things like sales transactions and guest counts, and all those crucial external factors like schedules for local events or even real-time weather forecasts. Every single piece of data is another clue for the AI to analyze.
Now, this is where it gets really fascinating. Let's look at how the AI actually interprets the world around your hotel to figure out what drives demand. It's not just staring at numbers, it's connecting them to what's happening in the real world.
So, the first driver is seasonality. And look, we all know Fridays are busier than Mondays, right? Of course. But an AI model quantifies that rhythm with incredible precision. It learns the daily, weekly, and annual cycles, but more importantly, it spots when demand is about to break from that pattern, like an unexpected holiday surge. This is so much more nuanced than a simple weekly average.
Next up, events. I mean, a huge conference next door or a wedding in your own ballroom can totally change your demand profile for the day. AI systems are designed to integrate booking data and public event calendars, which lets them anticipate these major shifts and adjust the forecast way before the guests even start to arrive.
And then there's the weather. An AI can learn some really specific connections that a person might miss. For example, it could figure out that for every 5-degree increase in temperature on a Saturday, your terrace dining revenue goes up by about 15%. Or that a rainy forecast always leads to a big spike in room service orders. It's all about quantifying how guest behavior actually changes with the element.
Okay, so the AI has crunched the numbers, it's analyzed the data, and it's produced a forecast. What's next? Well, this is where insight turns into action, where data starts to inform real-world operational decisions.
One of the biggest strengths here is forecasting at different levels of detail. So you get these hourly forecasts. Those are your tactical tools. They help you figure out how many servers you need at 8 p.m. or how much food the kitchen should prep for the lunch rush. But you also get daily forecasts, which help with the bigger picture planning, like placing purchasing orders or setting the entire weekly staff schedule.
And the crucial point here is alignment. Think about it. When your kitchen's production plan is based on the exact same data as the front-of-house staffing schedule, the whole operation just runs more smoothly, more efficiently. Everybody's working from the same highly accurate playbook.
This brings us to what might be the most important concept of all when we talk about this technology: the partnership between the automated system and you, the professional manager. So, does that mean the machines are infallible? Can we just switch on the AI, walk away, and let it run the show? The answer, of course, is no. You know, every powerful tool has its limits. The AI's accuracy depends completely on the quality of the data you feed it. Inaccurate data is always going to lead to flawed predictions. It's that simple. And more importantly, AI learns from the past. It can't predict a true black swan event, like a sudden citywide emergency that has absolutely no historical precedent in its data. And this is where you, the manager, are absolutely essential. The ideal workflow really looks like this. First, you start with the forecast the AI generates. Then, step 2, you apply your own professional judgment and situational awareness, all the things a machine can't possibly know. And finally, you combine both to make the best possible decision. The AI gives you the data-driven foundation, you provide the critical context and wisdom. This quote just perfectly sums up the core idea. Success isn't about choosing the machine over the human or the human over the machine. The most effective operations find that perfect balance between the two, using automation for what it does best and empowering professionals to do what they do best. And that's really why we've walked through all of this. Understanding how the forecast is generated, understanding the data, the drivers, the limitations, that's what transforms it from just some mysterious number into a trusted tool. That knowledge is what empowers you to use AI with confidence and to effectively drive real results, both operationally and financially. So, I'll leave you with a question to think about. As you move forward to become a leader in this industry, how will you strike that balance? How will you blend the immense power of data with your own invaluable human instinct to shape the future of hospitality?